In New York City, a young man searches for a master to obtain the final level of martial arts mastery, known as the Glow. Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review, and this time it's on the movie The Last Dragon. This movie came out back in 1985, was nominated for 3 awards, and the main cast in this is Tamek, Vanity, Christopher Morney, Julius Carey, Faith Prince, Leo O'Brien, Mike Starr, Jim Moody, Glenn Eaton, Oni Reyes Jr., Walter Campbell, Esther Mello, Kesha Knight Pulliam, Jamal Mason, B.J. Berry, Sarita Allen, Zachary Lee Smith, and Jody Mochia. Mochia? I think it's Mochia. It's 2 C's. Normally with those type of names, it's pronounced as a ch. I believe it's Mochia. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, another movie, finally. Another movie. I'm going back to doing movie reviews. I am. And I think this is where I want to do things. And every now and then I'll be doing like some sort of a TV show that I grew up with. I can actually talk about it full circle. And if they still hold up. But this time it's on the movie The Last Dragon. What do I think about this movie? This was not in my list. Next, it was not. However, it was suggested to me to watch this from a certain someone. Really? Okay, so let's go over everything, shall we? Okay, so let's go from best to worst. Best to worst. So the best thing about this movie, to me personally, would have to be the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack was amazing. Was well done. I actually grew up with some of the music that was played in this movie. Yup. So, of course, I'm gonna love the soundtrack. What else? The next best thing would be the action. Yeah. And action, to me personally, does not make a movie. It's normally either the acting or the story. Yeah, that makes a movie a movie. And that being said, what do I think about the acting and the story? Which one should I tear apart first? Yeah. Well, I did not love this movie, but at the same time, I did not hate it. I think there was quite a few things wrong about this movie, bad about this movie. Bear in mind, like I said before, it came out in 1985. A lot of movies that came out in the 80s were cheesy. Cheesy like you wouldn't believe. And this had that cheesiness feel. And really, sometimes, if done right, the cheesiness doesn't bother me because it's done right. And then other times, this movie in particular, the cheesiness, there's a cheesiness factor though, of course, 1980s, and it did not work. It did not work, the cheesiness. So let's do the story first. Plot, garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't think the plot was probably one of the worst plots I've seen in the movie. Yeah. How it was written though, it was written at times, especially close to the end of the movie, I found myself actually really enjoying the dialogue, really enjoying the story. And yeah, So I would have to say that it kind of dwindled. Yeah, it dwindled. The story. It started off extremely weak, and it tried to go somewhere. I give it kudos for trying to go somewhere, but it didn't exactly really go somewhere for most of the movie. At the end of the movie, it finally went somewhere, and it actually, the end of the movie, the story was actually alright. Yeah, just alright. But like I said before, I think the plot was probably one of the worst plots I've ever seen in a movie. Let's go over to the other thing, which is the cast. So many things. Well, not too many things to talk about. Okay, so I think for the majority of the cast, they did a good job. They did a good job. That was it. Yeah. However, unfortunately, this movie, the main actor in this movie was Tamaik, and I think he was absolute garbage in this movie. His acting in this movie was absolute garbage. I think everyone else actually did a good job. A good job. Yeah. And I gotta talk about the graphics. For its time, I think the graphics was actually very nice. Very nice. I've seen better graphics for a 1980s movie, but that being said, I don't think it was bad per se for a 1980s movie. Now, that being said, IMDb with all the users combined gives this movie a 6.8 out of 10. What do I think? I think that's too generous. I did not mind this movie. And that's what it was. I did not mind it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Granted, like I said, there are some stuff that I did not like in this movie. Some of the times it was a dialogue. Oh my god. Oh my god. I found myself being able to sit through it at least. And that being said, I'd say the movie is alright. Maybe for its time, 1985, it was good. I think, to me personally, I think this movie for its time, it was good. But over time, it doesn't compare to other movies that have been done. It really doesn't. And yeah, 6.8 out of 10. I disagree with that rating completely. Completely. I think that's being too generous. Like I said, I liked it. I didn't mind it. I was able to sit through it. I think it's good. Do I find myself going to watch it again? No. I give this movie none other than a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. That's my rating. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And if you love this movie or did not love this movie, you can let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. I always love comments whether you love the movie or hate it. You can like this video if you like this review. And you can subscribe to my channel if you love my content. So take a while for taking time to watch and join me next time for another movie review I intend to do soon. I am out.